Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fire It Up with CJ show. We are continuing our campaign coverage, and we have James Wanless here, who's the founder of the Voyager Tarot, and he is going to be using those cards today to do a little bit of insight into the presidential candidate. So we have Joe Biden on the Democratic Party and Paul Ryan on the Republican. So tell us what you found out when you actually did their birth date. So Joe Biden is October 20th, 1942, and Paul Ryan is January 29th, 1970.
Yeah, it's one of the wonderful tarot readings is to figure out their life cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so you add up the numbers, the birthday numbers, day, month, and year. And both of them add up to the same number.
How curious.
2. They're both 2s, and in the tarot, that would be the priestess. The priestess is the archetype of the wise woman. Very spiritually inclined, usually has a lot of integrity, all about the truth. All about the truth with great, great respect, generally, from the people. Yeah.
I like that. That's kind of surprising, don't you think? Because both of them, you couldn't have had two different people that present themselves differently but have the same life path.
Exactly, and Obama's also a number 2 priestess. And Romney, we figured out before, is a number 9 hermit.
Okay.
So now, running for politics, running for office, running for the president of the United States, you've got to be a little bit extroverted, I would think.
And well, priestess is not extroverted.
No, they're not, and the hermit isn't either. So it's very kind of ironic that these characters trying to amass popularity and approval are so basically kind of inward drawn, which may not be a bad thing, quite honestly. If they were totally seeking approval, like if their life card were the Lovers, they would be totally sucking up to everybody to get their approval and get their votes.
Yeah.
That's not the priestess or the hermit.
Yeah. Yeah, these are people who are more internally focused, going from within, calling from a higher power, which I actually think is pretty good. I mean,
Yes.
If I become completely neutral, either way, it's not that bad, honestly. I mean, if you look at it from that spiritual perspective.
Have a little bit of that inner drive, that inner sort of a gyroscope, an inner GPS.
Yeah. So when you look at, if you look at Paul Ryan, who is a priestess combined with a hermit, what happens when? Because I think that's what most people get scared about is what happens when you combine Romney and Paul Ryan, or in the life path, the priestess and a hermit.
That is a peculiar way. I guess a lot of stuff would happen behind closed doors.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, those are not archetypes for transparency. But I must say, Obama, Biden are both priestesses number 2s. That's not particularly a transparency set of life cards either.
Yeah.
So I think, in any event, you have to kind of wonder, what are these guys really thinking? What's going on inside of them? What's really going on behind these closed doors? Really?
Yeah.
That's what I'd want to know.
Yeah. All right, so let's actually pull a card for Paul Ryan. And what insight do we need to know about him that, because he's a priestess, is hidden from our view? Right.
And tonight we have the debate.
I know.
So the people want to know. America wants to know, CJ. Okay, so what about Paul Ryan? I got the card right here.
Okay.
I didn't cheat everybody. It's the card. And his card is change.
Oh, wow.
Well, very interesting. I think this came up in the last kind of reading.
It
did, and it came up with Romney.
Okay, and we don't know whether change is positive or good. How do we know how to interpret that?
Yeah, I think from a debate point of view, it served Romney really well. Because basically, if you really analyze what he was saying before the debate and during the debate, he was saying almost 2 different things about how he would handle the economy, et cetera, et cetera. And probably, given the nature of the fact that they were so successful with that strategy, debate strategy, because I don't think Obama knew how to respond to that. All of a sudden, he's talking a different game here. Probably it's going to be the same thing with Ryan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But what kind of change? Because when you did those cards on change, I heard a lot of it could be good change or bad change. Because these cards are up to personal interpretation. So could we pull another card and see what that means?
Well, but the point, when we're talking about debates, these guys are very good. because it's the chameleon, able to pivot, turn, arguments around, say things with nuances, very tricky.
They're good debaters.
Great debaters. And everybody knew going in that, for example...
Master debaters.
Exactly. Now, I don't think debating is necessarily how we should elect a guy, but nevertheless, it does have impact. So I expect Ryan to be quite astute, quite clever, quite adept, quite agile on his feet tonight.
Okay.
Probably very good. But I would say one thing, since, Biden seems to know the strategy of this, he would probably be pouncing on any discrepancies in a change of, position that Ryan might have. He would disclose that, I would think, from a debating point of view.
Well, in a few hours, we'll find out about the debate. What are the things that we can't see in the debate that we need to know?
Well, are we going to pick a card for Biden or not? Are we
sure. Let's pick a card for Biden.
Okay, the Biden card. Okay, everybody, I'm not cheating. I suppose you could stack the deck. You could rig it. Okay, what does that say? Oh, it's the star.
Ooh, that's nice. Can you pull it up so we can see it? Oh, that's a pretty card.
A gorgeous card.
Kuan Yin. Is that it, Kuan Yin?
Very an Asian goddess of wisdom and beauty and love and service and all of that. It, literally just reading the card, it suggests that Biden might be really a shining light tonight, a star.
Yeah,
a star.
Fascinating.
It's very, very possible. Whereas the other guy might be more chameleon-like and doing some maneuvering stuff. So that's very interesting.
All right. Excellent. All right, so there you have it. There's James reading on the vice presidential candidates. Any other card that we should pull up, you think?
Well, the surprise.
Okay, the surprise.
We like the aha. Like what you see is not exactly what's there. What might come up, that we're not aware of. Okay, let's go to this card. Whoa, the achiever. I'll tell you, it's probably not a surprise. This is back to business. Back to business. Now, I'm wondering, because Romney obviously has business credentials. He's made a ton of money. Obama's a community organizer, not a money guy. Okay. What about Ryan? Ryan's made some money. He's probably a gazillionaire. Probably. They usually are if they're in office. So it would be interesting to see exactly what his entrepreneurial business acumen and skills and point of view might be.
Okay.
But it kind of makes sense because it's such a business card. Not really a surprise, but I would like to know about Ryan and his business background as well.
Okay. Well, tune in probably 2 hours from now. We're going to be listening and finding out more.